Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to my overview of the April 16th, 2019 game update for The Sims 4. I am mainly going to be talking about the update that was for the PC Mac version of the game, but consoles also got an update. Theirs was a little bit different. To start with, they got keyboard and mouse support, they got the Lunar New Year's items, and they got a bunch of bug fixes, which I'll put a link down below to the full patch notes so that you can see that. And now moving on, I'm going to talk about the PC Mac game update that happened. We got the big new Freelancer career, which I'm going to go over a little bit afterwards and have a little mini let's play where we go over it and see it a little bit more in action. And the Freelancer career has 3 options. It has programmer, it has writer, and it has artist. And it also got some new buy objects that sort of suited that theme. A few things that are locked that you need to max out those. We also got some buy objects that went with the Freelancer career, some of which just are available for everybody, and a few objects that are unlocked by maxing out the performance meter, one that all 3 branches get, and then 2 objects that one is specifically for artists, the other is for writers. The programmers get an actual ability to overclock computers, which helps speed up programming when they max the performance meter. And hopefully we'll see a little bit of that. Depends on how long it takes. And the other thing that we got is some new clothes that also suits the theme of the working from home freelancer, which the Freelancer career is sort of a combination between the work from home careers that came with City Living, Seasons, and also the acting career that came with Get Famous. So you can work at home, but you get gigs once you go in the career, and essentially, but you do those gigs at home versus going off to a site like you do with the acting career. So to start with, let's take a look at some of the buy objects that you can get. So here we are. We have this little room that I've created that shows off some of the objects that we got in the update. So we got a bookcase, we got a side table, we got a desk, and we got an office chair. We got some clutter, which included this book that sits open on the desk, this little robo thing that supposedly you can tinker with, a pencil holder, which I'm sure I'll be using because I use the existing one all the time in my builds, and this hand that came. Those all came and anyone can use it. We also got a recolor of the Immaculate shelf into white, which is showing here too. And that's not really as part of the freelance. That's just something we got in addition to the freelance items. And then the locked items that you need to essentially max performance in the freelance career. We got this here that let's go into build mode. That way it's easier to get the name. Supreme Freelancer Award, and that all 3 branches get once they max the performance meter. The Free Roam portable computing device is something that you get when you max the writing branch. And then I have pictures of all of the different, not all the different color combinations, but I have all the color combinations of the paintings that are called Better as a pair of paintings, and that is when you max the artist's career. And as I said, there's no actual object for maxing the programmer. Instead, you get an ability. So now let's also take a quick look at the new clothes that we got. They just had a baby in the family, so they're all still excited about that. So Charlotte here is actually wearing one of the new outfits that the females got, including the new shoes. And this comes in many different color combinations. And she has some other outfits, so I'm going to take them into Create a Sim and we can take a brief look at all of the outfits and clothes that we got. So we've already seen this one. And then this is a one-piece outfit that sort of comes in a number of color combinations. You can sort of see here. And she has the shoes on, which also comes in a number of color combinations, which you can see here. Now, this sweater is the other thing that is new, which comes in many color combinations. Again, 13 of them. She's wearing the shoes in pink to match the top. And then here this is not actually from the freelance part, this is actually from the Machino collab, and she has that. And that actually comes in 3 color combinations too, and I left her shoes the same as they were. So the females got all those clothes and a new pair of shoes, and those are obviously available for teen and up. Children and toddlers did not get anything, but given the objects were really mainly to go with the career, it makes sense to me that they did not. So we're going to look at Deacon here. And he has some of the clothes on. So he has the new pants. Let's just take the top off temporarily so you can see the pants with the detailing. And let's take a look at the color combination. So there's a bunch of those. I can see me using those quite a lot. And let me just undo and get his top back on. This is also a new button-down top, and it comes in many different color combinations also. And he's got that same top that his mom had on, but without the top underneath, like the collared shirt underneath. He just has the actual top, and it comes in different colors actually than what the females get. They have this blue, which might have been similar, I don't remember, but it has some different color combinations than what the females got. The female actually has quite a few plain at the bottom, so that's quite good, but I actually like this stripe too. It's quite nice. And then we also got this, which I think I'm going to wear quite a lot, this top here, which comes in, you know, a number of color combinations and has the patches on the arm. I have his father in the same, but in a different one. The males do get the Machino top too, the same 3 colors. I just put it on in his athletic wear instead. So that's pretty much it for the new clothing objects. And they obviously haven't fixed the reacting positively to Sims presence when they're your family members, because they're still doing that. But speaking of fixes, they did have a lot of bug fixes in this patch. A few that I know are going to help me a lot. So the celebrity walk, they're not supposed to be switching back to that anymore, and the level 3 celebrities are not supposed to be using the walk at all. Very happy about that. Couple of big ones that if I see a lot of people commenting and asking about, the when you adopt pets in the past, you could not become companions with them, and you could not lecture them. Going forward, if your sim adopts any new pets, they will be able to do both those things. Unfortunately, haven't been able to fix it for pets that you've already adopted, but they are still trying to work on that. Another one that they fixed that's going forward is for vampires. Once they've reached the Grand Master, they weren't collecting any more points or something like that, and they now will be able to do that. But again, that's only for new ones, not ones who had it, and they're still working on trying to get it fixed for them. Sims can now take family leave when they have a child, or at least when they're pregnant. I'm assuming that also counts for when after they have their children, which they were able to do before. There's some fixes for get to work. The scientists are supposed to wear the appropriate outfit even if you don't have Strangerville. I don't know whether they're not going to wear the Strangerville outfits anymore if you do have Strangerville, because that's something I was experiencing, but I haven't gone into a save with that. The chemical analyzer, which is something that was supposed to be available for everybody, is now back in build mode without the use of cheats. And then one thing, the Simray, there were certain things that you couldn't use, and that's supposed to be fixed. So I'm looking forward to that, because I currently have a sim in the scientist career in my House 4 Drifter challenge. So I'm definitely going to be checking out those things. City living, there was an issue where objects from multiple festivals overlapped each other, which I think was caused if you left before it ended early, and that's supposed to be fixed. So hopefully that means you don't have to stay till the end of a festival, because sometimes I won't go because I don't want to have that issue, and one way workaround is to stay till it ends, and I don't always want to have my sim stay out that late. and there's quite a few. I'm going to link the full patch notes down below. And another one for me, pets are supposed to go eat when they're hungry, and you don't have to call them to eat. They will autonomously eat if there's food available. Another one that I have to say annoys me when my pets aren't eating the food that's there, and I have to take the time to go get my sim to go tell them to call them to eat when there's food already there. And the Littermatic scoop-free litter box was showing some, like, it was dirty, and it wasn't supposed to be dirty. The only option would be to put it in your inventory. That's supposed to be fixed. I use the gardening career. That's another work from home that I mentioned before, and they were only getting paid 10 simoleons an hour, so 10 simoleons for completing their task, and then the 10 when they got the call. That is supposed to be fixed. Definitely looking forward to that one, because I like I said, use my Sims in the gardening career quite often. And another one that's affected me in my Get Famous Let's Play is that the acting career task, get into hair and makeup, is supposed to be fixed and supposed to register and be able to be completed again. So that is also really, really good. And a fun thing with Strangerville is that there were a whole bunch of objects in the world that a modder had unlocked, but they are now available with the Show Hidden Objects cheat. You do need to use a cheat, but they're available now so that you can place them in on your lots without the use of mods, which is especially good because it means that if you were using them and the objects were actually in the game, it would still show it as being modded, having custom content in it. So now it shouldn't, because it's actually part of the game and available for people to use if you use cheats. So I think that's actually a really, really good thing. But there's tons of there's more bug fixes. Those are just some highlights that I noticed that I thought that I had either seen people comment on that they wanted or they were having problems with, or things that I have specifically had problems with myself. Now, the other thing is that there were some broken mods with the update. I will have a link to the Sims VIP article which shows what broke, what's been fixed, what didn't break at all, but there was a big one where a lot of things that had text got broken, and EA SimGuru Graham tweeted and has a post on the forums, which I'll show up here, that explains that they are aware of that and they're planning on looking into fixing that and have a fix out hopefully shortly. But they have also explained how modders and content creators can try and fix it, because the issue is that the text is either showing as blank or it's showing as a debug instead. So there is a fix on its way, and also they've explained how to fix it if the modders and content creators want to do it themselves. I'm not going to bother saying what's fixed, what's not been fixed of what I know, because by the time this video comes out, things could change, and hopefully more will be fixed by then. But like I said, I'll link Sims VIP down below. But the major mods, they all did get broken, but most of them are either mostly fixed or partial or completely fixed at this point. So that's kind of it for my overview of the actual update. Now we're going to take a quick look at the Freelancer career, and I'll explain my sim household a little bit while I'm doing that. So this household, I have Deacon Barnes, who is a young adult, his younger teen sister, who's already a B-lister from painting, Sienna, and they have a little sister, Ella, who's a child, and then they have another little, I think we had a little girl. Yes, we had a little girl who is a child, a baby. So, and then here's their dad, Brody, and their mom, Charlotte. So I am planning on putting at least a couple of them in the freelance career. So, but I haven't had them work too hard on the skills, just I wanted them to have a little bit of the skills. So Deacon has been doing some programming, so I'm going to have him join the programming branch of the Freelancer career. So let's see that. Let's have that come up. Let's put the walls back up. This house is a house I built for a baby challenge. I don't do the 100 baby challenge. I haven't played it for a while, but it was the 26 baby challenge or alphabet baby challenge where they're named alphabetically. But this was just for personal play, and I haven't had a chance to play with it very much recently. But this was the house I built for that mom, and then I edited a little bit for them. So we're going to go Freelancer here, and look, there's the clothes. We're just going to see. So you just select Freelancer, and then after you do that, they're going to come up and ask you what branch you want. But he's busy talking, so we hadn't got that. So here we go. We got computer experts, which is what he's going to choose. Electrified artists, which I think I'm going to have his mom do. And right now his dad just joined the gardening career because I don't have any, even though I play with that a lot, I'm not playing any actively right now. So I thought I would have him join that. And he also, I want him to do the freelance. Renaissance Sim is what I mean. I want him to do the Renaissance Sim aspiration. So that will help with that. So he is going to do the writing one because he has been working on his writing skills. So let's go with him and go computer experts and get that started. And we'll at least go through one of them in this, like the rest of this part. that we're doing. And I'm going to have just a couple of parts where we're going to sort of like see it a little bit more in action. But my actual goal is that I'm going to move this whole family into my Get Famous save, because I'm kind of hoping that maybe Deacon might be a good fit for my sim Felicity. And then we can see the freelance career in a little bit more detail with Deacon moving into that household. So we're just going to start it a little bit and see how it goes here. So I guess what we need to do, so we have to select a gig, which is over here, check for gigs. Now, because I believe he's level 5, maybe 6, but I think he's only level 5 of the programming skill, he does not have all of the things available that he can do. So he has quite a few here. You know, help encrypting private data, but that's only programming level 1 and doesn't actually pay very well. So I think we're going to stick with one that's a little bit higher, requires a little bit more. And this one is pretty good pay there, 2,840. It's due by Saturday at 9 a.m. So you have lots of time to get it done, I think. But then the thing is, once you get it done, you can just do another gig right away. You don't have to take all the time that they give you. So here, let's take a look at this one. Small company, brand new product, launching soon. Need marketing campaign, hiring web developers, quick job, easy money, hess suckers, tiny amount compared to actual budget, going to pocket everything else. Wait, no, stop typing. How do I stop voice to text? Stop, dumb phone, you better not post. There was a tweet where I'll have to see if I can find it and share it. The budget for text and converting to other languages was so much for this because there was so much text went into this update. So product landing pages, pays 2,840, and he requires programming level 5. So we're going to take that one. So now, first off, he needs to chat with the client, and then he needs to make some website pages after he's done that. Well, I think he can do whichever. So his bedroom is over here, and he already has a computer. So we're going to come over here, and there's a tab here called Freelancer. So we're going to chat with client and see how that goes. I'm going to go fast. I am using a club system with this family, so they don't tend to sleep very much, because if you go and have your Sims rally the troops, it will help with their bladder, hunger, and energy. So they just have to look after their fun, their social, and their hygiene. So it makes it, you have to get the points to be able to do it. And here's his dad coming over here. I guess he wants to chat. So Deacon's traits, if you're curious, he has gotten a few traits from aging up, because I did play with him as a teen. He is active, he is a bookworm, and he is a genius. He also has some purchase traits where he's a gym rat. He's a waterproof sim. He's observant, incredibly friendly. The incredibly friendly comes with outdoor retreat, which is why it is actually one of my favorite packs, game packs, I should say. But then another one is parenthood, and he has the responsible, compassionate, emotional control, and good manners from that. And then, of course, he has scouting aptitude, which comes from completing the scouting career with seasons. Another pack that I like quite a lot. I like a lot of the packs. I find they all add a lot to the game. And then he's a quick learner from choosing a knowledge aspiration. So he is still checking in with this client, and we're going to see what response we get to that. So he did, at least, I have seen a response where, oh, here we go. Shared vision from chatting with the client. It's not always easy to agree with someone you just met, but sometimes things just click. This project has great potential. I had another one where it was tense. My sim was tense for 2 hours. So this is good. This is a good sign that he's actually inspired from doing that. So we're going to go Freelancer, and we're going to make a website page, and we're going to see how that goes. So I'll let him do that in the background, and then I'll work on the rest of them. And I'll be back when he gets that done. So we can just sort of see like that first little tier in action. Of course, he has to do 3 of them for him to complete the job itself. And I do see take family leave is there, so that is good. Well, while he's doing that, why don't I have Charlotte start our career too, like I said I was going to have her do, because I did say I was going to have her start the artist branch of the freelance career. So we may as well do that. Though I did notice when I played earlier that they didn't seem to get the device they need to do it. I had to buy it. So a lot of times I find with most of the careers, and this kitty cat is afraid of computers. So she's going to be electrified artists. Can a digital painting make you cry right now? No one knows. This is a party because many would consider the very idea frivolous. But it's also because whoever successfully answers these questions must first have answered several others. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of text there. So she's going to select a gig. Now she is actually pretty high. She's probably the highest. We're going to do this Kickstarted Catastrophe. We're a small indie studio that recently went through a crowdfunding platform to launch development of our newest video game. There's just one problem. We're lacking a talented concept artist to map out our world, which is leaving our environment artists sitting around with nothing to do. Can you help unjam our production schedule? Cash on delivery. I think she is maybe 8. Yes, she is just 8 with painting. So she needs to study the design documents, which is something you do on the computer. And luckily, we have one over here. Again, under Freelancer, it's in the same spot. So we're going to study that. And then she's going to have to create 3 environmental concepts. And then we need to get all 3 of them approved, which they don't have to be approved. They can be rejected. And I even had a level 10 artist have one of their concepts or whichever product it was be rejected. But I've also had them, if they do really well, they get actually paid more than the gig payout. I've only played for an hour or so earlier today, but that's sort of been my experience so far. So let me see how he does, because he has to do 3, so he won't actually get his payment till he does all 3. So I think we'll probably see that actual payment in the next part instead of this part, because it would take too long to see it here. Oh, and we actually got some money, I'm thinking, from that. Give this website page a name. I can't remember what it was supposed to be for, so there we go. So he looks like he got some money, and he did 1 website page of the 2. So he's not actually completed, but we will see what happens when he completes it in my next part. Like I said, did he become a notable? He got a star. I don't know if he got it from that. I didn't notice it saying that you got it from that. But it's the only thing he did, so I'm not really sure what else he would have got it from, which of course is from Get Famous. So I'm going to be back on Sunday with a little bit more of this. It'll just be a second upload on Sunday along with my regular upload of Get Famous, actually. And like I said, we're gonna take a look at this for either 1 or 2 more parts, and then afterwards I'm gonna move the whole family into my Get Famous Let's Play, where we hopefully will have Deacon meet and become romantically involved with Felicity, and then move him in so that we can see a little bit more of the career in that Let's Play. But that's gonna be it for this overview, which I really had at the beginning. I'm very excited for this new freelancer career. I know it really suits my gameplay style because I like to have my Sims working at home a lot, and this is sort of completely in their control. They can work when they want to work, and they don't have to work if they don't want to work, and that I really like. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you like the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.